What is going on, y'all? Robert Sykes, KetoSavage.com, coming at you with another AMA Ask Me Anything episode. This one's all about fasting in tandem with reverse dieting. So let's dive into it. But before we do that, let's roll the intro. All right, so this question is brought to us from Julie, and Julie asks, or she says, first, I've been doing strict keto since last June. I have lost 70 pounds with 30 left to go. After stalling for 2 months straight, I learned from your videos about how important reverse dieting or onboarding was. I had been on 900 to 1,000 calories a day for 8 months and tanked my metabolism. Following your advice, I'm happy to report that I'm up to 1,800 calories, increasing my calories by only 50 each week and didn't gain any weight. I'd like to do 3-day fasts every week for autophagy and to improve my insulin resistance, but how can I do it and still increase my calories, or do you not recommend it at this time? I do resistance training for an hour twice a week. First of all, congrats, Julie. That's awesome that you've lost that much weight, and I am so very grateful to hear that you have found success thus far with the reverse dieting. You're absolutely right in that eating 800, 900, 1,000 calories for months on end is most certainly going to down-regulate your metabolic rate, which we want to try and avoid because you're going to hit a wall and plateau. So the fact that you've been ramping up calories by 50 each week in the reverse diet to 1,800 calories now without any added weight gain is awesome. Now, as it pertains to your question about should you incorporate a 3-day fast while still increasing calories in the reverse and making it work, I would not advise for that, and here's why. So, yes, fasting, especially extended fasting, can be great from an autophagy standpoint. It can be great for, new cell growth, programmed cell death, all these buzzwords you hear about in the fasting space. But as I've said, fasting in tandem with a caloric restricted state is just too many stressors on the body simultaneously. So fasting, while it can be great, is a stressor on the body. Being in a caloric deficit, while it can also be great, is also a stressor on the body. You don't want to do both at the same time. I know you don't want to gain any weight because you're having a goal to lose 30 more pounds, which I totally get. But having lost 70 pounds with 30 left to go, that's 100 pounds. Losing 100 pounds all in one go is quite a lot. I mean, and people have done it, but I don't necessarily think that's optimal in most situations. What I would encourage you to do is transition your primary objective from losing those last 30 pounds to instead focusing on ramping up your metabolic rate as you are with the reverse dieting and putting on more lean tissue, which is going to also help with ramping up that metabolic rate, and then transitioning to a cut at some point in the future to lose the remaining 30 pounds. Now, if you focus on building muscle, you're going to be at a caloric surplus, and that may come with it a little bit of weight gain. Nothing drastic, but let's say you have 30 pounds left to lose, and over the course of a building phase in which you are prioritizing eating more food, fueling your body, training more, let's say you gain another 10 pounds, which is going to make your goal weight lost 40 pounds, all right? That is not the end of the world because a good portion of those 10 additional pounds, is likely going to be coming from muscle. So of the 10 pounds, say 5 pounds is muscle, 5 pounds is fat. So now you have 35 pounds of fat to lose as opposed to the 30 that you have to lose now. But you have more muscle in the process and your metabolism is functioning at a higher rate. Like you may be able to ramp your calories up to 22, 23, 2,500 maybe and maintain a pretty reasonable composition so that when you do transition to a cut at some point in the future, you're starting from a much better place. You have more muscle, your metabolism is at a higher rate, and you're going to be much more successful in losing that remaining 35 pounds or so. So that is what I would encourage you to do. Notice I did not say anything about fasting because if you're trying to build muscle, if you're trying to be in a caloric surplus, and you're in the process of reverse dieting from that low intake you were at, you're not really going to find much benefit in doing a 3-day fast. You can most certainly incorporate intermittent fasting just kind of by way of how the day plays out for you and, push back your first meal a little bit later or eat earlier and not eat later in the evening. So incorporate those intermittent fasts for sure, but I do not advise you to have extended fasts in the context of trying to reverse diet and increase your overall metabolic rate. So hopefully that answered your question, Julie. Thank you so very much for the question. You requested some chocolate peanut butter cup bricks. So I'm going to get some of those headed to you right now. For anybody that does not know how these AMA videos work, if you submit me a well thought out question via the description, via the Google form in the description below, and I use your question on one of these AMA videos, I will send you some free keto bricks with the flavor of your choosing. Thank you again, Julie, for the question. Thank y'all for tuning in, and I'll talk to y'all next time.